All right, one of the things we might want to look at here is going to be page numbers and whether or not we want to get rid of them over our chapter titles and also our part pages. Personally, I really like to. So here's what we're going to do. So first, I want to put these page numbers kind of back where I want them. I'm noticing they're not actually centered like I want them to be. So say I put it on the corner here. I click on it. It's telling me that it is, hold on, left aligned. Yeah, it's telling me that it's left aligned, and it's not. So I think that's going to be an issue with the paragraph style. Let's go back to paragraph styles. We're going to make a new one yet again. Just get used to this. Let's call it page numbers. And we're going to go to indents and spacing and set this first line indent to 0. See, it's still thinking that it's the opening paragraph and it should have a tab or inset. So let's just call that page numbers. And then we're going to do the same one to the other one. Move it to where you want it. Set it to right align. Call it page numbers. Right align. All right. Now it's where we want it to be. So what we're going to do now is make a new set of parents. We're going to right click up here in the parent area. Click on new parent. Let's call it B. And let's not base it on anything. If we base it on a parent, it's going to have the page numbers baked in, and there's nothing we can do about that. The whole point of this is to get rid of those page numbers on the B parent. So leave that none. We're going to go 2 pages so that we still have a spread, and everything else can be the same. Click OK. All right, so now you have your B parent. We want the text boxes to be exactly the same size. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and, oh, didn't mean to do that. Highlight your text boxes. Nope. Highlight your text boxes. Okay. Highlight both of them. Just Control C or Mac, whatever it is. I don't use Macs. Control V, which is paste. And plop those right over here, exactly where they were on the A. On the A parent. So that's going to make sure that your text boxes are the same size, your gutters are the same, your margins are the same, all that. Now keep in mind, whenever you do make changes to your text box size, you're going to have to make that change now in your A parent and your B parent. So just something to keep in mind so there's no inconsistencies. So now if you go to your first chapter, you just go up to your B parent and go into the parent that's on the right side of the spread, drag it down to, well, where'd we go? Here we are. Click on this on the right side of the spread, drag it down to the thumbnail of the page that you are looking at. Now the page is going to remain exactly the same, and the page number is simply going to disappear. However, it was still page number 1 because 2 comes after it. And we just go down the line. We want to do that also with our part pages. Now this is a left side page. So we grab our left side B parent, drag it down to our thumbnail. Boom, page number disappears. Everything else is the same. We're going to do the same here with this lovely page. B parent, drag it down. And you're just going to go down the line doing that with all of your chapters. Now there is actually something we can do to make life easier for ourselves in the long run. And we could have done this earlier, but I guess I'm only getting around to it now. Go ahead and make a bookmark. So you're just going to right click on your headings, right click, interactive, new bookmark. You're going to actually have a bookmark tab right here. And now whenever you want to get to that particular chapter, you just hit bookmark. And this is going to make it easier for us to navigate around. You're not going to have to constantly be looking for your chapters. So we're going to go interactive, new bookmark, boom. And you're going to do the same with each chapter. I'm going to multitask here. I'm going to make interactive bookmarks at the same time as I set these chapter pages to have B parents so that the page number disappears. And the cool thing about this is that no matter what page your chapter title ends up on, um, your bookmark's always going to take you to the heading itself. That can't be said for the parenting of the pages. So this page parenting should be one of the last things you do, because unfortunately, if we end up fudging with the margin sizes later, the text box size, um, and our chapters get shifted to different pages, say chapter 7 gets pushed down here to page 90 because we change the text size or we change the text frame or something, we're still going to have a random page here with no page number. That's going to end up being something that's a little bit tedious as we go along. So just keep in mind that this might be one of the last things you want to do. And just keep looking for stuff like this that I found. I found that the decorative font does not actually work for this. I had changed my paragraph style so that the part names would all be the decorative font. I don't want that because it does some weird stuff. I'm actually pretty okay with. Hold on. Let's just make this. Let's just do that, shall we? So now it's just going to be the first letter of each that's going to be decorative. And I could probably do that all in the paragraph styles, but I don't think there's any need. There's only 3 parts, as pretty easy to just do manually. All right, so now you have these nice clean chapters. You've got some bookmarks so you can access them easily, and you have no page numbers over top of them, which of course you will probably have to change as we move forward. Okay, so I want to talk about glyphs. This is a thing that I think is pretty easy to overlook. So most fonts will kind of create this typeface artifact where there's certain combinations of letters that will create glyphs or ligatures. I'm not an expert on this, so I don't really know what the difference is. So Adobe InDesign will give you the option, if you highlight it, to click on this little option here, which then separates the T from the H, which looks much better in most fonts. Now, these tend to be something that pop up a lot with THs and also FLs and FIs. And another one that'll do it too a lot is the FF, which you can change back to that. Really, it's kind of a aesthetic choice, whether or not you want the ligatures there or not. Some would say it makes things more legible. I think it looks kind of dumb, especially in this font. It really depends on the font. So this is just me. I like getting rid of these. Now, you could do what I did the first time, which is a little excessive. What I do, I went Control F. I went to glyph. I selected my font, and in this collection of glyphs, I found the TH, where it kind of pushes the T and the H together. And I went Find Next. Whoop. There we go. I took its option to change it to a separated TH. I went Copy. And then I embarked on this very obnoxiously tedious mission of going Find Next and then Paste. And then Find Next and then Paste. And then Find Next and then Paste. And I did that for the FIs, which I can show you what FI does. The F kind of swallows up the dot on the I, which again, I don't really like. So I separated it out again. I did that for all the FIs and all the FLs and all the FFs and all the THs. Instead of doing all that, you can just go back into your paragraph styles. You can go to your basic paragraph, basic character formats, and uncheck ligatures. And it will simply take them all away. Way easier. That's kind of how I prefer to do things. Yeah, so that will clean up your document to where you don't have those obnoxious looking ligatures hanging around.